Out of the shower and you get to see me with wet hair. Oh, hi. And now I got a baby in my lap. A little kitten in my lap. Mwah. Okay. So, we are going to be finishing Tell Me Why. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartbreak. Tell me why. I can't actually sing. And I haven't listened to the song in like years, so like I don't actually know all the lyrics anymore. You just want my dinner. You just want my dinner.
This is kind of bleak.
It's usually more crowded, but the other officers punch out at 6 o'clock sharp.
There's no crime after 6?
In the mean streets of Delos Crossing, just bears and drunken disorderlies. And Uncle Eddie can usually handle them on his own.
But what about drunk bears?
Anyway, he's probably in his office, upstairs.
Damn, they've still got this creepy mascot, huh?
Be right back. I should probably inform the server that I'm live. Okay, I'm back. Let's see.
Yeah, I keep telling Eddie to get rid of it. He terrifies all the kids that come through here.
For dinner, I have tea in a same bottle I was using yesterday, because reduce, reuse, recycle.
Hold on. I want to catch up on all the Delos Crossing gossip.
And then I have rice with what was left over of the borscht and, oh, what you call it? Sloppy Joes with tons of veggies. And no, you don't get any, Maya.
Too little, too late. Oh, that's still not cleaned up. Assholes. I wonder if the black oyster catchers were still nesting during the spill. God, I hope not. Well, should I decide the wild world of accounting isn't for me?
Can't really picture you in the uniform.
Really? I think I could pull it off. 100% college tuition paid? Damn. Maybe I should have joined the National Guard.
Beats having your credit card stolen by an online college.
Ew.
Too soon, Tyler. Too soon.
Big oof. Lord.
Of course. It's locked. Home sweet home.
You spent a lot of time here growing up?
Yeah, whenever Eddie was working. The whole precinct's basically family.
It's freezing in here.
Yo, thank you for following. Who was that? Trees, heck yeah. Haha, trees,
Cole
heck
Brown
yeah.
Missing on a snowmobile trip?
Yeah. I thought you were still here when it happened. Oh, Greg's. Just leaving this out on display again.
Greg's. Like Officer Greg's? The one who was with us that night.
Yeah, he's still here. He became a bit of a local celebrity after nabbing a murderer from Juneau. The guy was hiding out on a fishing boat and got really, really sick after eating out of the chum bucket. So it was actually a pretty easy takedown. They never did find him.
This happened when we were kids, right?
Imagine eating out
Yeah.
of a chum bucket. That's
Marianne
just
freaked
gross.
out and wouldn't drive after dark for a few weeks. Remember Mr. Haynes?
Vaguely. He had that workshop in his garage, right? Made those huge glass sculptures?
Yeah. He's been missing for a couple months.
Damn. Always liked his art.
The Delos Crossing Raiders.
They got... Shit!
Stop touching everything, Butterfingers!
Sorry.
What did you knock over? Dude, my nose is always so itchy after I shower, and I don't know why.
Huh. Why do they look so familiar?
Where's the memory? Oh, where are you?
Come on, man. We can't make these poor kids sleep here.
Well, where do you
One
suggest they
moment.
go? Social services will be here in a few hours, and this is the only room with a bed.
Anywhere but a cell. We'll find some other place.
Here we go again.
God, not here too. I'm not ready.
Me neither.
My apologies. I had a really weird nose hair, and that is like totally not cool of me, Gorge. It has been plucked.
She's gonna give me so much crap for forgetting her birthday.
Damn it. It's locked.
Well, what did you expect, dum-dum? It's a police station.
Yeah, older does not mean wiser by any extent of the word.
Looks like she forgot her locker key here. Huh.
Aw,
Looks
can I
like
not
she
steal
forgot
it?
her locker key here.
And that's why I'm a rogue.
That's Denise Wilson's desk. Remember? Oof, I should have gotten her something.
You're...
Remember this fella?
No way. Is that Jet?
Yep. He died last year putting himself between Dee and a bear.
Damn. Poor D.
Brave dog died a hero's death.
Maybe she won't notice that I added it afterward.
I've always wanted to see a sled dog race. One of my friends, Morgan, the person training to become a biologist, she's super into animal conservation and stuff like that, which is really cool. I totally dig it. But she's also really into things like hunting and like horse races and all kinds of other stuff, and it's really cool. Because like, most people that do animal sports don't really care, from my experience.
Still locked.
And so then you have this person who not only cares deeply for the animal and the sport,
That is going to smell lovely tomorrow.
but then
It's from
also
Tessa's restaurant,
cares
right?
super deeply
Everyone
about the
eats there
animals.
all the time.
Oh, hey sis,
It's as
how are you
exciting
doing?
as food gets in Delos Crossing.
Hey sis, did you know that you're freaking awesome? Oh right, it was the door on the other side that I came in here.
What do you know? Still locked.
Jasmine, you are freaking awesome, and that's the end of it. You're my beautiful, incredible, smart little sister. And without
Eddie
you,
must have
this
locked it already.
Twitch everything simply would not exist.
Man, they are never gonna catch this guy.
What exactly did he do?
This guy
Mailbox
keeps
bandit.
stealing out of people's mailboxes. Asshole snagged a box of fancy washi tape I ordered online.
See, I was picturing an actual mailbox bandit. You know, like hopping around on a post with a little mask on the door.
Huh?
You know, the mailbox is the bandit. Sorry, it was a bad joke.
I like Tyler. And yes, it is, Jasmine. Search your heart, little sister. You know it to be true. How long before the mailbox bandit becomes the mailbox killer? I mean, do it. Support your freaking local firefighters. They're awesome. I know that whenever I'm down in the ER, I look forward to working with
So
firefighters
you really hung
and
out here a lot, huh?
stuff a
I
lot
mean,
more
it's
than
where
I
Eddie
do
works,
cops,
so yeah. Is that so weird? Something's in the way. Tyler, you coming?
Ooh, I want to go into the armory.
I'm guessing this is where they stash all the guns and stuff.
Well, it's not exactly Fort Meade, but yeah.
You think we could find some files about Marianne in the archives?
I don't know, but it's off limits anyway.
Maybe Eddie would show us her file?
Maybe.
Allison, hey. Just finishing up a call. Trying to convince Melinda the Ravens and her garbage aren't police business. Give me a few minutes.
That's
Sure.
good.
Make yourselves a cup of coffee. Here's the key to the break room.
Thanks.
Come back upstairs when you're done, okay?
Coffee sound good? The machine is in the break room downstairs.
Uh-huh.
Yo, viewers, what is your favorite kind of coffee?
You know, I really thought I'd locked those memories in some deep, deep part of my brain. Something's in the way.
Is it down here, maybe? Hey, trees, heck yeah. Oh, hey, trees, heck yeah. What is your name and pronouns that you would prefer me to call you by?
Okay, let's go in.
You okay?
I'm just feeling a little nauseous.
I didn't know it was you, Sequoia. I should have guessed by the name.
You think they'll mind if I take one?
These are definitely the same cookies that were here last week, but knock yourself out.
Ugh, I'm so hungry.
How is it still warm?
Super
You
spy.
sure you want coffee this late in the day? You'll be up all night.
I don't think I'll sleep much anyways. Too much in my mind.
Those dusty couches won't make it any easier. Hey, you okay?
I can't do this. Calm down, Allison. Stick to the plan. Come on, don't freak out on me now. I can't. Please, I can't lie. We already lied. It's all gonna be fine, okay?
You okay?
What did y'all lie about?
Honestly, no. Do you ever regret?
No. No way. Well, maybe once or twice early on, but now, no way. I mean, look where we're at. Look where I'm at.
Uncle Eddie's probably done by now. We should go find him.
Do you mind if I go inside that room for a second?
You sure?
Right? Same.
Yep, it's locked.
My favorite coffee, for anyone who wants to know how I make something I call the poor man's mocha, is coffee, like just straight black coffee, but then add in a tiny bit of almond milk, some sweetener, either honey or sugar works, a little dash of chocolate milk maybe, or a little bit of just plain sugar. And then combine that with a thing of, what do you call it? Hot
Check
chocolate
out this
nuts.
masterpiece.
It tastes freaking amazing and I love it.
Uh-huh. I glued it to the pot one day when I was bored, and nobody has bothered to peel it off. I'm not that hungry.
This looks like my break room at work, only, like, imagine having a surgical table as your desk. I used to wear a beanie all the time because I had massive dysphoria and it helped me, like...
This is heavier than I
and stuff,
expected.
so, yeah. I was going bald there for a little bit, which is, like, really surprising.
It's the first time I've been in here since that night. Eddie was so uncomfortable, he dropped a vape.
Here. Have a seat.
All right.
Damn it. No. Sorry.
Huh, they kept this?
What?
It's that vase. They glued it back together.
I don't know why you wouldn't, like... I wore the beanie to hide my hair loss and to help with my, hair dysphoria. I don't know what would prevent you from wearing it due to hair loss.
Why did you separate us? Is Ollie okay?
Ollie's just fine, honey. They're all in the other room having cocoa. Everything's gonna be okay. I need to ask you a few questions now. Come with me?
You okay?
Yeah,
Nope.
I just usually try my best not to remember that night when I'm here.
I would too.
Watch I.
Hey, sorry that took so long. Sometimes these old folks want us to come out just because they're lonely.
No worries, Uncle. Hey, you remember this guy?
Yeah, of course. How can I forget? Tyler Ronan, back in Delos Crossing.
It's good to be back.
And just look at you. A man grown.
Yep, guess I ate my Wheaties.
The whole clan's so proud of you. How you work with those kids at Fireweed. I would say children are the future.
I thought that was Whitney Houston.
Come on, bro. She stole her entire act from me. Everybody knows that. Look at you two. Reunited and it feels so good, huh?
Yeah, not sure how I got by without this dork. Look, Eddie, we aren't here just to say hi. We found something in Marianne's room. Things aren't really adding up anymore, and we've got questions.
Oh, yeah?
Did she mention anything about us that might have been worrying her? About Tyler in particular?
No. She dealt with those kind of worries all on her own. Kept the rest of us at arm's length.
I see.
I will tell you one thing, though. Your mom. Never knew her to hate anyone for being unconventional. Usually, it's the other way around.
Did anyone mention anything about her behavior in the days leading up to that day? Anything at all?
No. Everyone I talked to said it took them by surprise.
Did you see her at all? Like, in those last few days?
No. I hadn't seen her for weeks. Maybe a month before.
Thanks, Uncle Eddie.
If you want my advice, nothing good comes from stirring up old memories.
We don't really have a choice about that.
There's always a choice, son. I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but there is.
Can we take a look at her file? Maybe we'd see something you didn't.
Her file?
Her case file, her police file, whatever you call it. You keep those pretty much forever, right?
We do, but I can't just pull it out right here, right now. There are procedures.
But you're the chief.
Which makes it even more important that I follow procedures.
Look, Chief Brown, are you gonna help us? Or are you gonna be a cop about
Tyler!
this?
No, it's fine. Tyler, I know you resent me, but Fireweed was the best deal I could get you.
I'm not mad about Fireweed, but I may be a little salty you kept my sister away for 7 fucking years.
That's what this is about? Look, that was the court's recommendation. They're the experts. I just went along.
Yeah, sure you did.
Trust me, son. We all believed that what happened that night was self-defense, but we couldn't be sure.
I can't believe this.
Look, we couldn't be sure, okay? I was trying to protect you both.
So you still not sure?
What?
You still think keeping us apart was the right call?
She was traumatized.
We needed each other to heal, and you took that away from us.
So why didn't you let your sister visit when you turned 18
Uncle,
then, huh?
please. Let's move on.
She's never gonna tell you how much that hurt her, but it did.
That was about me. It wasn't about her. Allison gets that. And 3 years is nothing compared to 7. Right, Allie?
Here's the thing. I get Tyler. Like, as a kid that grew up in the system. I get Tyler. But at the same time, even though I don't like cops, and I feel like Eddie's respect for Tyler could be taken away at a moment's notice as soon as Tyler makes it, you know, no longer advantageous for him to have that respect. like, I get what it's like to be a parent trying your best and having no idea what to do. Because, like, I spent my teen years raising 2 kids. They were my sisters, but yeah, still, I just, Hey, Raven. Why don't you tell us about how it trolled you?
Eddie was just doing his best to protect me. To protect his family.
I thought I was your family.
You are. 7 years apart didn't change that. 10 years apart didn't either. But Eddie's family too. Look, we've all fucked up. We've all hurt each other. But isn't that what family's for? Can't we just move on?
Sounds like the right call. Times like this, I wonder who raised who.
We're gonna stay the night at the old
Yeah.
house. We better get going.
You want to grab a bite first? It's on me. Don't want to send you out there with empty stomachs.
I would not turn that down. Okay, let's go.
Like, your internet service crapped out on you? That sucks. I hate when that happens. Oh god, what the heck? Okay, that thing was weird. That was weird as heck.
Stop! Allison! Allison!
Okay, I'll have to change the live title or something. Oh god.
Hunter. Please, Mom. I'm sorry I cut my hair. I won't do it again. I'm going to kill you! No. Please. Please. Mom. Mom, please. No, don't do this. Allison. This isn't... What? Allison? I killed her. I killed her. Allison, we need to call for help. I killed her. No, you didn't. I killed her. And when they come, that's what we're gonna tell them. No, no. Yes. We look out for each other. That's what goblins do. And brothers and sisters. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay.
Whoa, wait, what? Is that the end? What? What? No way, what? That can't be the end. There's no way that's the end. That can't be the end. No. No. That's not... Oh, thank God. Okay. 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 Thank God. Okay. Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. I'm gonna go change my stream name real freaking quick. That was... Holy crap. That was not...
On the roof?
Oof. Oof. Okay, just... Oof. God. Can I not change my name on this? Well, crap. Hmm. I do not believe I can change my name. Or change the name. Change the name of the broadcast. So... Rip. Oh, no, yes I can, yes I can. Haha! Part 2. And that should be fixed now. Okay. Okay. Okay, that was harsh, but I prepared. I got my toilet paper, tissue paper here for getting rid of tears, because, like, I have a lot of snot when I cry. I am, even though my mom has disowned me, I am way more like her than I will ever admit. Okay.
So what now?
Well, he's obviously not going to give us the truth. So I say we go get it ourselves.
Wait, you're not seriously thinking of breaking and entering a police archive?
Go big or go home.
I mean, fair. Okay. Boop. Okay.
Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, there lived a pair of crafty goblins.
The crafty goblins did everything together. Until one day, when darkness overwhelmed the big wooden house in which they lived.
Blamed for the darkness, Brother Goblin was forced to leave the forest, while his sister had to stay behind.
Years later, they were finally reunited, and together, they decided to confront the darkness in the big wooden house.
Though they sought the help of their friends in the forest, they found that no one wanted to delve into the long-gone past.
This is how the goblins found themselves alone in the woods, trying to discover why darkness had submerged the big wooden house.
Good lord. Why do they gotta be so freaking deep? Like, how dare they make me feel emotions? No, no.
Tomorrow we should play Compass and North Star in the woods.
Be sure to wear your hat then.
You be sure to wear your hat.
All right, who wants ice cream?
Me!
Eat up. Without a word, she went out and buried the tiara in the ground beneath the sapling. And as the final scoop of dirt fell, the tiara felt truly gone, and with it, the final link to her old self. She could only go forward and find a new place for herself in this world, where she was no longer truly a princess in a tiara and a beautiful gown, but a wan woman, alone in a deep and ancient wood. And that was how the princess lost her most precious treasure. And her title.
I don't like that story. There were no goblins, and it was depressing.
We won't read it again.
I love you, Mom. Not me. Just kidding. Love you, Mom.
Mwah. I love you too.
Maybe.
Sleep well and dream, my doves.
I mean, Tyler is a trans dude, so maybe... I don't know. God, this game is
Ollie?
traumatizing.
Ollie?
Is she stealing some ice cream?
What a waste. Allison! Ollie! Allison, help!
God. Those poor children.
We need to call for help. Allison. I killed Mom. I killed her.
Jesus. Wait, how many chapters are in this game? Hey, will someone Google how many chapters are in this game, please? Thank you, Raven.
Hey. You doing all right?
I thought coming here would be closing a chapter of our lives, you know?
And instead, we've spun off a whole miserable prequel trilogy. Okay. No. We're not letting ourselves do this again. Come on. Up. Mind-numbing labor's a great way to forget your troubles.
Can't we just have coffee instead?
No. On your feet, soldier.
Troll.
Let's take a break from packing and sort out the furniture. If we get enough done, I'll drive you into town and buy you a gallon of ice cream.
Mint chocolate chip, 2 gallons. Let's do this.
I like that they're still basically kids. Oh.
Goblin face is keep. $sign is donate or sell, and trash can as well. Trash. By the way, I cleared out most of the stuff from the bathroom this morning, but I left you the toilet.
How very generous of you. What to do with this?
I mean, it's a good table.
Tables are expensive. And besides, this one's an Allison and Tyler original.
Goblins.
What's
right
this
here.
doing down here? Is that gum?
Ew.
Ugh. I guess that was probably me.
That's fine.
I completely forgot we had a pet vole for a few days.
Poor Volcano. She was in rough shape when we found her. Good thing Marianne actually knew what she was doing with injured wildlife.
Lasagna!
Finish your salad first. Thank you, Tessa. You're a lifesaver.
No, don't worry about it. They're just leftovers from the restaurant.
What about Volcano? She needs to eat her lunch too.
Oh, quite right, love.
She can have my corn.
Here you go, little one. You must be hungry too.
Looks like Tessa didn't have that broom up her ass back then.
I don't know. Whenever you're young, you don't notice a lot of the indoctrination.
I guess it's finally time to take these pictures down.
Yeah. Still deciding what to do with them.
I mean, most of them are pretty happy memories.
I guess.
You look cute here.
That's not me. I mean, it is, but
But not really. I get it.
it's just weird. Seeing myself like that again. Damn. Didn't think a picture could throw me like this anymore.
Has therapy helped at all?
Oh, yeah, definitely. My therapist really heard me when I said I was a guy. And she helped me get ready for the reactions I'd get, you know? It's dealing with other people. It's been way harder than figuring myself out.
Right?
At the end of the day, being able
God,
to look in the mirror and
right?
see Tyler, that's made the biggest difference. Which is why I'm scheduling my top surgery as soon as we sell this house. No more putting a binder on every morning. God, that sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah, totally. Just so you know, I'll be there to help out when you do. Whatever you need.
Thanks.
Alright,
Never even
What's your
guessed
verdict,
he's
Ronan?
wearing a binder.
You know
like,
what? I'll keep a few. To remind us how far we've come.
That's me. Right? Like, dang, dude. Thank you. Yeah, I keep a few of my pictures, like, especially the ones that I know, turfs and true scum and stuff like that are gonna send me, because, like, I have been harassed significantly. I mean, y'all were there for the whole troll debacle, even though, like, now I got, like, another friend, because, like, why make an enemy when I can make an ally? And it's difficult getting pictures of myself sent to me. I get those pictures, because, like, they've doxed me a few times. And it hurts, but not really because of those pictures, because I've learned to recontextualize it to be like, yeah, those are pictures of me. Look at how far that I've come. Look at how good that I'm doing. It's more so that just, like, imagine being that angry and hateful and everything to try and hurt someone that deeply. And I worry about those people, you know? Like, I just hope they'll be okay. I really do.
Oh man, I love this one.
Why do I look so pissed? I remember loving this.
Maybe because Marianne was
know,
sticking a
I
camera
just-
in your face?
Come on, smile, like Allison.
Y'all keep telling me that.
Ugh, gross stain is gross.
What happened?
Some unfortunate spillage that brought about the end of indoor tea parties. I hid the stain with my toys, forgetting that they would eventually be picked up.
Oh.
Brilliant move, Ronan.
Well, I seem to recall a time you stole an egg, put it on the couch, and sat on it because you wanted a pet chicken.
I did that.
We don't
I did
talk
that.
about that.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least I didn't leave a stain.
Only it wasn't on the couch. It was in a pillowcase, and I was like 6.
That's a nice face.
I wonder if my horse figurine is still in there.
You're welcome to stick your hand in there to check.
Do it, do it, do it.
Come on, honey, smile, like Allison.
Oh,
Hold
that
up your
is-
fish.
I'm so sorry, Raven.
It's not my fish anymore. Allison stole it.
My sister, the fish thief.
You were just being bratty.
Was I, though?
Yes. All I did was help clean it when we were out on the porch. Eddie had to force you to share.
That's funny, and that definitely happens.
Allison, I asked you to clean up the coffee table 3 times already.
Oops. I forgot.
Well, I'm not doing it now. I got other stuff to do.
You hungry? We have a whole lot of nothing.
Ah,
I was
Raven.
hoping maybe you could make me one of those pickle and ketchup sandwiches.
Ew.
Ugh, why'd you have to remind me of that?
I don't know how you ate that stuff.
Says the guy who used to eat peanut butter with ranch.
So good.
Bro,
Crummy table and wobbly chairs.
I don't know if I have a crush on you anymore, dude.
We could make some pretty good money if we sell this. And I know I'd end up eating on the couch most of the time anyway.
Oh, God. What's that smell?
Ooh, what's that smell? Ooh, what's that smell? Smells like delicious garbage. Ooh, yes, delicious indeed. Or could it be Stinky Pants Sam? Oh, Stinky Pants Sam!
Come on now. Sam got that smell getting a skunk out of our barn. Be nice.
A skunk? What did you do to her? Is she okay?
Sure is. She just went hunting for food and couldn't get back out. All she needed was a little nudge to get her on her way.
Sam Kansky, hero of skunk kind.
I remember being super impressed by him, and it made me want to be a wild animal superhero too.
Oh, mood. Everyone, drop in the chat what's your favorite weird food combo? Because I know y'all have heard me talk about disgusting lasagna on tram, so...
Well, you gonna clean off the coffee table?
Ancient appliances, you are staying here. Although, that oven looks in okay enough shape.
No way. We are not moving the oven.
Fine. Lot of salmon. Fine, I'll come clean the coffee table.
All right, I'll clean it up.
Thanks. While you do that, I'll check out the furniture. I'm guessing you want to keep the coffee table?
If there's anything you want, speak now.
I'm not really planning on bringing furniture to Denali. And if I need a base in Juneau, you'll have all the furniture I need.
How very non-committal of you. All right, I'll keep it.
When heating up food, you like dropping eggs in the pan?
I really like that armchair.
It'll look sharp next to your tree stump nightstand.
I'll be the most stylish mountain man ever. But I was actually thinking it should go in your library.
Library? We may not even have a living room.
I have faith in you.
Maybe it'll be salvageable with a deep clean?
And finally, I hate to say it, but the couches get a one-way ticket to the dump.
No protest here. I think I have permanent knee damage from a decade of bumping into the corner of those damn things.
Well, then that's it for the living room. You are relieved from your duties.
Okay, first of all, what do you mean by dropping eggs inside the pan? Like, do you just take the shell and just blunk? Or like, what do you mean?
Hey, Allison.
2,
Come take a break with me.
French fries and ice cream sounds weird, but like, I'd try it once. And last, soda and salt? Like, my brother does this weird thing where like, he'll buy a Dr. Pepper, and then he'll dump in a whole packet of either peanuts or peanut M&Ms, and it's so weird. Oh, be careful of like getting splashed with grease and stuff, honey. That's so weird.
Hey, clean freak. You want coffee?
How do I get up? Okay. Awesome. Itchy leg. I shaved my legs and now they are itchy. Where's the memory? Getting further away. Oh.
Steady now. Take your time. He's not gonna jump up and do the cha-cha.
What about me? I want to clean the fish too. It's not even your fish. You didn't catch anything. Ugh, only because you wouldn't stop talking and scared all the fish away.
Keep your eyes on what you're doing. Allison, when we're done with this half, you can take over and do the other room. That sound fair?
Yes.
You're right. I was kind of being a brat.
Starting the fire again?
Yeah, I'm gonna boil some water. You want something to drink?
Huh. That's a mood. I like coffee.
Would you rather have instant coffee or instant coffee?
Nah, sorry. I'm more of a tea person. Get it? Tea. As in,
How long have you been waiting to make that joke?
longer than I'm willing to admit.
I am so glad Eddie came through on the caffeine.
Shh, did you hear that?
The Ice King is sending us a warning.
What is with Trans dudes and making puns. Good God. I swear, every trans guy I know makes a ton of puns.
For your punishment, Ice King, you shall be banished from the forest. And if you dare come back before the new moon, you shall feel my anger in your gut. Hear it in the wind. Whoosh!
Huh. Do you think the Ice King would really react that way? He may be intimidating, but he's always fair and never mean.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe he tells the goblins to help the people they hurt instead?
Great idea, sweetie. Why don't we think about it at dinner? I'll put everything away for safekeeping while you go wash your hands.
Can you put them in the binder so they don't get stained?
Of course, love.
I still think my dark and twisty version was better.
We put so many hours into that book.
Yeah. Our binder was full of extra drawings and incomplete stories. You think they're all still in the kitchen drawer?
We should go take a look.
Hello, ancient broken down machines that will be the future owner's problem.
No decision on the door, just trash.
Hey, Allison. Let's look at our drawings.
Un momento, my dear.
Everywhere I look, there's just stuff, and more stuff.
Marianne the Magpie.
Right? I'm really afraid that it's going to turn out that this was all just a misunderstanding, and I don't know which would be worse.
We don't really want to keep anything in here, right?
What about that dresser?
If you want your towels to rot, go for it.
Maybe someone could clean it up? It's well made.
Your call.
Keeping it.
Dressers are hard to come by that are, like, good and long-lasting, so if you know of a good dresser, keep it. Sagely advice from Boomer Mom. Okay, let's look at our drawings. Yeah, it also makes me feel weird, too.
Hey, they're in here. Allison's first drafts. Right. 'Cause I didn't contribute at all.
Come on. I know you did. I can't believe she kept all these.
You'd think putting them on the fridge for a couple of weeks would have been enough.
You know how we thought of ourselves as the goblins? Did you ever get the sense that maybe Marianne was the princess in the stories?
Yeah. She called her bedroom the princess's sanctum, and she was all alone in the woods, in this house, until we showed up.
She was. Alone, but with a few friends who helped her along the way.
What are you doing?
Research. So, if Marianne was the princess, then who were all the rest?
And here we go.
Oh, come on. Humor me.
Okay, so the bear is Sam, I'm pretty sure. I do know that Allison was adopted by the police chief.
The bear was the most helpful one. He was always around.
Stalking her?
You go here.
What are we trying to do?
This one.
Oh.
Poor Moose. Really didn't do him justice.
Justice? Kind of ironic, huh?
Considering he was the lawful good one.
Too bad the law isn't really just. You done?
Pelican.
She was the most generous one.
Yeah, but there was always a catch.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got them right.
All right, I think I'm done.
You sure?
How do you like them apples?
You know, I think you might be onto something. What about these guys? I don't see them being real-life people. Or this one.
The specific human attributes you have assigned to these forest animals are truly thought-provoking.
Indubitably.
God, that reminds me so much of Abby.
Yep, totally Marianne.
Why a princess, though? Why not a queen?
She hated authority.
Yeah.
I think I forgot to
She'd have
shave
been a
this patch
terrible
right
ruler.
here, and it sucks. God, this thing creeps me out.
You better hurry, or the Mad Hunter will catch us! We need to hide. This way! What's going on? I don't know. Is he here? Is he really here? I don't know. I'm scared. Go away! Yeah! Go back to the forest!
Okay, that's creepy.
I forgot about that. We'd been pretending he was there.
And then, suddenly he was.
That was the only time that happened, right? Allison? Wait. It felt way too real. It was...
Us. Pushing our imagination way too far.
Great. Sam Kansky, Grandmaster of Bad Timing. We're not done with this conversation.
Morning, Sam.
Ahoy, goblins! I ran into Chief Brown, who said you were starting to clean up on the house this morning, so, I kind of figured you might need some supplies.
Thank you. That was very thoughtful.
Oh, also got something for you, Tyler. Every man needs a good knife. There you are.
Thanks, Sam.
Aw.
Good. Good, yeah. Oh, and before I forget, for the lady of the house. It was her mom's favorite recipe. Still make it darn near every week. Think of her every time.
Thanks. But we don't have a stove.
Wholesome
Still no
misogyny.
electricity.
Oh, yeah, that fuse box is busted. Just another thing I've been meaning to put back together around here.
Where is it? I can take care of it.
Oh, I don't doubt you can. But, I've been kicking this thing back to life for the last 20-some years. I'll give you a hand.
All right.
Box is in the barn. Follow me.
We'll be right behind you.
I've had some wholesome misogyny thrown at me, and honestly, I don't know how to feel or think about it. I do know that being called bitch. Sudden thing of euphoria whenever someone calls me that. Whenever
Well, I
I'm
guess
out and
old
about in
bears
the
can
city.
learn new tricks.
Yep. Come on. Let's go get our electricity back on.
Okay, Sam, what do we do?
So, how's school?
I graduated already. Outdoor studies.
Oh, outdoor studies, huh? Well, it's a good thing I came along when I did. You know, I built this here barn for your mama.
You really helped her out, huh?
Now, you know, just a few chores here and there. I was glad to help.
That's
Your
a good
mother,
one. I love it.
No. I can never bring myself to leave her high and dry. Anyways, let me find that darn key.
Wait, Sam. You have more of our keys?
Yeah. The one for the barn's called a railroad key. See, it's got this special tip that you can...
Fascinating. I'll take that off your hands now.
Well, I, figured I might still need to do some maintenance, so,
Nope. We're good. Thank you.
fair warning. Door's a bit temperamental.
Haven't you been taking care of this place? You didn't oil the doors?
What? You think I just hang out here all day or something? Here, son, give me a try.
Good.
Okay, when you twist it as far as you can to the left, give it a nice little jerk.
Damn it.
No shit.
Well, at least the door's
Yeah.
open now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do feel kind of bad for
That's
Sam.
easy enough to fix. Now, that fuse box.
Oh, no. You and you are going to clean up your mess. I'll take care of the fuse box.
But I didn't do it.
I'm not asking. Go on.
Right, and like he is making an honest effort to try and
All right.
do better.
Fuses go into plugs. Should be easy enough.
All right, let's take a look.
Look at what? The whole jam needs to be replaced.
Nah, just need to sand that part down. You could refinish the whole thing, but that's a lot of work for an old door.
Let's try this one.
Pass me that handle.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Oh, shit. Oh.
What happened? You okay?
Yeah, it's just a bum knee. I wrecked it playing ball.
Ball. Football? In college?
High school. Best damn fullback around. Well, till I got hurt.
Damn. That's rough.
Wait, that's not right.
You sure you don't need a hand?
Hey, I'm moving at my own pace. I need to know the
I need
stuff.
to do
Alright.
Women, huh?
Don't do that, Sam.
Did you read the note next to the box?
Don't do that, Sam. I love that. I need a piece of paper and a pen. My desk is so messy. I got all kinds of weird stuff in here.
Seems to be working just fine.
Oh, I got nail
Problem
polish.
must be the latch.
No shit.
I got more spironolactone
Covered in
and
rust.
titty skittles. Oh my
Nothing a
god.
little salt and lime can't fix.
Salt and lime. It's a door latch, not a bottle of cheap tequila.
Okay. Oh, pen.
Sure could go for a margarita right about now.
A margarita?
Did I roll onto my table
Really?
again?
Hey, sometimes old Sam likes to feel fancy.
I'm gonna ruin this cable, I swear. Okay, let's see. Gonna start over. Put my extra. Oh, rip. New. Go back.
Here, hold this. I want to get a look at the spindle.
Shouldn't we get this cleaned up before we put it back together?
I just want to check something. Hey, you two got any, bear insurance?
Okay,
What for?
so
You and your gun are always around.
Oh, not always. You can't fend off
it
a
has
bear
to total
with
up to
smart-ass remarks, you know.
120.
We're not
Yeah,
getting a gun, Sam.
yeah, 120. Okay, so it can total up to 120. I need 120 for the whole house. Let's see. And we start out with 15. Okay, so we start out with 15.
There's mold everywhere.
Well, don't stick your nose
And
in there.
these are our options.
It's a goddamn bouquet. Mildew's
Now,
always a problem.
I'm thinking
with
I'm
these
gonna
doors.
want...
They're on the north side, so no sunlight.
Sounds like the builder
Well, I
really
need the
screwed
kitchen,
that
but I
up,
only
huh?
really need the...
Hey now, watch yourself.
Okay, so for the
We just need to
kitchen,
clean it with
I can do
turpentine, right?
15.
And borax?
Mm-hmm. Probably
For the
ought to blow dry
lights,
it too. I usually air out the barn.
I
much as
can do
And oil in the
20.
spring.
Linseed?
So that gives us 50.
Hell no. That stuff's a hatchery for mold. Teak is what you want.
For the outlets, which we're gonna need for cleaning, I should probably do another 20. That puts us at 70. Now for the dryer and water heater, that doesn't need to be on all the time, so I'm going to give them 20, so that puts us at 90.
A little silver bit.
And then
Needs
for the
to be forced
generator
back
and
onto the
heater, I'm
brass
going to
bit.
do
That's
a
probably
30.
what was jamming
That
in
totals
the
up to
first place.
120. Okay,
Well,
so,
you got a good head for this stuff.
Yeah, well, you're not the only person who used to fix stuff around
see.
here.
15 for the
Pretty much took an
kitchen,
army to keep this place standing.
20 for the outlets, 20 for the lights, and 30. No, 20 for the water heater. Okay, 15, 30. Okay,
Still won't budge.
Is there any 3-in-1 oil in the barn?
let's see.
Nope. You'll have to pick some up at the Vecchi's. Anyways, see how loose the bolt is? Strike needs to be replaced.
Does that mean we can't fix the door?
Yeah. Not today.
So much for an easy fix.
Damn.
I guess I should try a higher amp fuse.
Careful you don't put a low amp in a high amp plug. That's a fire just waiting to happen.
Just do the math, Allison.
Okay, so these two are too high. Yeah, the colors are their range. So these two are getting too much amperage. Let's see. So the lights don't need that much. So I'm gonna put a 15 in here. $20. Oh, come on. 20. 20. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Raven, I love you. Why do you have to be smarter than me, baby? You should not be smarter than your mom.
Seems good.
I can't believe I was making it so difficult. Oh my lord. Honey, I love you. Oh god. I am so stupid. Oh no.
You damn fool.
Everything okay?
You two look like you got this all in hand, so, bye.
was that about?
What are we gonna do with this wreck?
Take it apart and sell the scrap?
Be my guest, but it sure looks like a pile of junk to me.
Where you see junk, I see dollars.
Huh, look at this. I think this is where she made all her toys. She was so crafty.
And she could draw and write and take pictures.
She could have been an artist instead of just locking herself up out here. Toilet paper tubes, rope, cardboard.
Wonder what she planned to make with that. Maybe a car? Ooh, or a tank. Hey there, little buddy.
Preda rep. What's that?
Wolf paper.
Ew, what?
Do not spill it on your shoes.
I sense a story.
Well, if by story you mean using it at fireweed to get rid of some rats, and then spilling it on my only pair of shoes, then yes.
That's adorable. I'm sorry.
Hey,
That's cute.
It was not funny.
Sure thing, B-boy.
Oh man, I'm gonna put together the sweetest toolbox ever.
God. Men and their freaking toolboxes. I love it.
I wonder why Sam got so upset.
Oh, he probably forgot he was all out of bourbon.
Dude, can you chill?
Hey, that's not cool. Sam has a serious problem.
Sorry, it was a low blow. He really freaked out when he saw that gun rack. Remind me to take it down later.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me, Tyler.
Allison, do you know who this is?
What did you find?
Do you know who that is?
Yeah. That's Carol, Eddie's mom. I've seen other pictures of her, but never this one.
Man, look at Brown. And Marianne. She looks really happy.
Can I?
Careful, the glass is
Oh
broken.
God, is Eddie their
Are
dad?
you okay? It stings. Let's go see Mom. But she'll get mad. We weren't even supposed to be here. Come on, it's gonna get infected. I don't want to. She said not to disturb her and Eddie. Where are you going?
Things were different when she was around. We were family, Eddie. How could you do this to me?
Shh.
Look, I had to make that call.
What were they talking about? I can't figure out what's going on.
I don't know, but I remember that whatever Eddie had to do, whatever that call was about, it was tearing him up.
Tearing him up? He was being a total cop, and Marianne got pissed and threw him out. Here, I'm gonna show you what I remember. Over here, Allison.
I had to make that call. I was just following the law.
Oh, yeah? And this little visit right here? What would the law say about this, huh?
Look, I didn't have to come out here, but I did.
You're a goddamn hypocrite. Get out of here!
Marianne.
I said get out! Out!
What? She didn't throw the picture at him.
You sure about that? He was being a complete dick.
How can you be sure? We were eavesdropping. We could barely see a thing.
What do you think happened then?
It was already broken, so I'm gonna side with this one.
Look, I had to make that call. I was following procedure.
what I'm legally required to do.
Then why are you here? Pretty sure this isn't procedure.
I wanted you to hear it from me.
Please leave.
Mary Ann, I'm sorry.
Please just go.
How do we keep remembering the same things so differently?
It was a long time ago, and, well, memory's a tricky thing.
Wait, when did that happen?
I'm not sure. I think it was the exact same day she attacked you.
That's what I thought.
But Uncle Eddie said he hadn't seen Marianne for weeks.
Yeah, that was bullshit. And what was all that about following law? What was he doing here exactly?
Yeah, that's
I don't
very
know.
true.
I have no idea. We shouldn't jump to any conclusions.
Look, I know he took care of you, but that doesn't make him incapable of lying.
I can't see him being that cold with Marianne, even if he was being a cop.
I mean, I can, but who knows? I guess memory's a tricky thing, huh?
Get out. You're a goddamn hypocrite. Get out of here. You're a goddamn hypocrite. Get out of here. Get off my property right now.
So, we agree. Brown came out here and bullied Marianne the same day she attacked us. And then lied about it. Now what?
We go and get a straight answer from him.
Right now?
Yes. I'll go get my car keys.
But what will these mountains of trash do without us?
Fuck the trash.
Man, I can't believe Brown lied. I mean, I may not be the guy's biggest fan, but he's always talking about the truth and the law and shit.
Do you have to be so happy about it?
What?
I know you've been waiting for something like this. Something that proves Eddie's an asshole. But gloating about it is really not cool. It's Tina. I gotta take this. Yeah, just a sec. I'm parking the car.
Guess I'll just go stretch my legs then.
No, just give me a sec.
Yeah, Tyler has a little bit of a mean streak to him.
Okay, Tina, what's going on?
Hi, hon. I've got someone who is super interested in seeing the house.
Oh, that's amazing. When?
They're just in the area for a couple of days, so they'd like to come by day after tomorrow.
Oh, I'm not sure it'll be ready.
Hun, this guy is very motivated, but I know he's looking at other properties. It's not like you've had people breaking down the door.
I appreciate that, but we've kind of got a lot going on over here.
Did I mention it would be an all-cash offer?
It's not the right time.
A cash offer, Allison.
I'm sorry, but it'll be a total mess. I don't want to waste anyone's time.
Okay, well, you tell me when you're ready.
How do you feel about that, Ray?
Well, I think I just made Tina's shit list. Dee and I did that trail a couple years ago. We drank ice-cold beers when we reached the summit.
Nice.
Whose votes are you looking to win out here, Tom? The Bears?
That's awesome. I'm proud of you, Raven. Yeah, don't play dead. That will basically just get you mauled. I learned that living in the woods of Arkansas. And I'm really happy that that happened for you, Raven. He sounds like a good brother.
The artist really nailed this one. Dorian Key. Kinda rings a bell. Looks like you found a nice spot.
We've been here before, right? I feel like I've been here before. So, Tina?
Tina West, our realtor.
Oh, that Tina. What'd she need?
She had someone who wanted to see the house, but he could only come by day after tomorrow.
And you told her no?
Yeah. We need more time than that, to get things cleaned up and,
Thanks. But what if it's the only call we get?
And I guess we just grow old and lose our minds in that fucking house.
Sounds like a plan. So, before Tina called, we were talking.
Yeah?
I'm not happy your foster father fucked up.
Oh yeah? Because you sure sounded like it.
He hid information about Marianne.
I know! You just don't have to rub it in.
He doesn't get a pass just because this is uncomfortable for you.
I'm not giving him a pass. It's just hard.
You can
This
accuse
whole damn
people of things
situation is
without
hard.
being a dick about it.
You think I liked learning
Excuse
all
my
that shit
language.
about Tessa?
This town, these people, they're just memories to you. But it's my home, Tyler. My friends, my family. And as much as I want answers, I'd rather not lay waste to my entire life to get them.
Ouch.
I didn't come here to ruin your life, Allison. I just want some answers.
I know. That's why we're doing all this, right? Our hometown looks pretty picturesque from here, doesn't it?
You're way more attached to this place than you let on.
So, you really want to live somewhere super secluded like this? Alone in a cave, speaking for the trees?
I do. Is it really that hard to imagine?
Oh yeah? Who do you think's gonna come visit you out there, in the middle of nowhere?
Well, I was hoping you would.
Ouch. Oh, that hurts.
You feeling that, Ty?
Yeah.
Found you! North Star! Okay, now you're the star and I'm the compass. Okay, and don't cheat. I know you were sending me fake hints last time. I did not. Yes, you did. Okay, I won't do it again.
You were always accusing me of cheating.
Because you totally did.
It was a cool game. Guessing where you were just by feeling what you felt.
No one else could play it with us.
That was the beauty of it.
For real? You never wanted any other friends?
Nah, not really. I mean, we had each other. That was enough for me.
So, not too disappointed I turned down our chance to be billionaires?
Nah, all that money would have made me soft. And I've spent way too many years polishing my edgy side. You were right to call me out earlier.
Dorian Electro.
I was being a jerk about Eddie.
I'm all for enjoying the wins as they come.
I don't know
But
why
maybe
it sounds
not
so
at the
dramatic,
expense of
but
my father
I totally
figure.
agree.
I'll try my best.
Okay, where's the other memory, though? Is it through here?
What the fuck? Seriously?
Where the hell do people think it's gonna go?
Okay, I have no idea where this last memory is. Maybe I can get down there.
Remember that time both the bridges collapsed?
Yeah, it was a week before they got the roads reopened. And Sam had to bring us supplies with his boat.
Felt like our house was on a deserted island, but way colder.
I am not gonna spend the whole stream trying to find that memory. Especially whenever I've only got like an hour and a half.
Hey, look what I found!
Antarctica is a desert, which still blows my mind.
Aha! I knew it was still here.
I knew we'd been here before. We claimed it as part of the Ronin kingdom.
And it still is. All it needs is a little update.
What are you doing?
What I wanted to do back then, but I didn't have the guts. There, looking better already.
You're right. Way better.
He changed the O to a T, didn't he? Yep. A lot of trans people pick their first name to be more androgynous. That way, people will be more accepting.
So, what's the plan?
We go inside and calmly ask Eddie why he was there that day.
All right.
Let's try to let him get his side of the story out, okay?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. I understand, Mr. Barrow. I'll be sure to let him know. Yes, I have it all written down. Have a good day, Mr. Barrow. Morning, Missy.
How'd you get stuck working reception?
Rose called in sick this morning. I'm covering for her while I try to get my paperwork done. What are you doing here?
Just checking in with Uncle Eddie.
I'm guessing from the identical features that this is Tyler?
Tyler, Denise, Denise, Tyler.
Hello.
Wilson, could you tell Officer Vincenzi that I'll be... Oh, good morning, Allison.
Hi, Uncle.
I'm gonna take Dr. Torres' statement. No need for Vincenzi to come back to the station.
He doesn't seem like he's in the best of moods.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but he's been a little off all day. Good luck.
Morning, Chief Brown.
Good morning, Tyler.
Hey, could we talk to you in private? It's a little urgent.
Can you excuse me for a second, Dr. Torres? What's going on, you two?
We had a few more questions about our mother.
Look, now's not the best time.
Well, maybe we can come back later then?
Excuse me. Come on. Guys, I'm understaffed today. I've got a receptionist out sick, an officer dealing with personal issues. I need to finish taking this woman's statement, and I don't have time to chat right now.
We were just hoping for some answers.
Well, I don't know what more you think I'm going to say. I already told you everything. I need to get back to this complaint. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I hate when he's stubborn like that. So
I say, let's go break in.
Of course, Miss Torres.
Well, he's obviously not going to give us the truth. So I say we go get it ourselves.
Hey, what are you two up to over there?
Everything
all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. We're just, I was just telling Tyler where the upstairs bathroom is. Tyler, help me out here.
Oh, yeah. Toilet emergency, lake water, you know, Mother Nature's juice cleanse.
And there's a bathroom just past the break room. Behind you. First door on your right.
Forget it, Tyler. There's no way we're getting upstairs out in the open like this. It's too suspicious. There must be another way up.
Should we just look around?
Yeah, okay. Act normal. There's no access to the first floor this way. We need to find another way up.
Henderson, July 16th, 2009.
Henderson.
Let what go
Yes,
now,
my father.
honestly.
My ex-husband.
Does she live with you most of the time?
Yeah, that's definitely
Because
fair.
of my hours. She stays with me on the weekends.
Hey, been meaning to say, Allison showed us that article you wrote for the Juneau Daily last year. You were spot on. The state needs to be giving way more money to youth centers. Fireweed was lucky to have you.
Thanks. I spent a lot of time fighting for more outdoor activities. Made some enemies in the administration over that one. But the first time those kids summited Mount Roberts, man, they were so proud. It felt great.
I know exactly what you mean. I, volunteer sometimes with the JCE. Give lectures about police work, lead group talks when I can.
JCE?
You know, Juneau Coalition for Equality.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh. Do people around here know?
No. So, keep it under your hat. You know how it is out here.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, sorry for the rant. What's up?
Allison told me about your dog. I'm sorry.
Thanks, yeah. He was a good boy. Best.
So, how do you like being a cop? Must be kind of weird.
Oh, yeah. But I know I do a lot of good here. And the team's great. Chief Brown, he gets it.
Really?
I think she did.
We hired this guy last year who kept asking me to get him coffee. Chief canned his ass that day.
Wow. Way to go, Chief Brown.
What about you? Any thoughts on the future?
Well, I studied to be a park ranger, and I'm hoping to do a tour in Denali.
Hey, you know, I have a cousin who works in Yosemite. If Denali doesn't work out, I could see if they have any openings for you.
You'd do that?
Of course. As long as you don't make me sorry I offered.
Thanks, Denise. That'd be amazing. How did you find out about the JCE?
Same way anyone finds anything. The internet. It took a few months before I actually went to a meeting, though.
That's
Every time I
okay.
thought about going, I chickened out.
I can totally relate.
Well, trust me when I say it was the right move. It is a wonderful, supportive community. Can't recommend it enough.
Awesome.
See you around then.
Yeah, back to the grind. We'll talk later, okay?
All right. Incident report states you called yesterday at 6:13 a.m.
You heading out?
Officer Chenzi was dispatched to your home at 6:29 a.m.
Yeah, I need a smoke.
You should think about quitting. Only gets harder the longer you do it.
Yeah, I know.
While you're at it, get your sister to stop
It
too.
says here you work at Cottonwood Hospital.
That's right.
That's true.
And yeah, as someone who dealt with being an alcoholic, the longer you go on, the harder it does. The harder it is. It gets hard. So be careful. And the sooner you quit, the better.
There. Fire exit.
It opens up to a staircase on the side of the building, but it'll definitely be locked from the inside. If one of us were to create a diversion, the other could slip upstairs and open the door. And since you're the troublemaker, I nominate you as the one to make a scene.
Wait, really?
Got a better idea?
Aren't cops, like, trained to notice suspicious behavior? I'm not exactly an amazing actor.
Figure out something simple and commit. I have faith in you.
Okay. What should I do? What is that little sticky notes there? I don't think it was there yesterday. Okay. What kind of distraction can I make?
That pile of paperwork?
What about it?
I could tip it over.
Kinda messy, but I mean, sure.
I don't know if that will be suitably... Yeah. I need something really distracting.
Guess I probably can't trip the circuit breaker, but I could turn the lights off.
Just go. Improvise.
I need to know my options first. Honestly, I'm surprised either of these characters would really be allowed back here. I mean, I know they're probably getting some special treatment, but still. We could do a fire drill. Oh, I can't trip that one. You know what? I'm gonna turn off the lights. Well, it won't actually be all that helpful considering that she's running up there where there's going to be plenty of light, and that could actually draw more attention to her due to all the shadows. Books it is. And rip. Let's do it.
Jesus, Tyler, what happened?
Sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going.
Just leave that there.
That was so terrible, oh my god.
Alright. I'm in position.
Oh
What
god.
Turn right when you exit the station and follow the side of the building. The staircase will be right there.
That was terrible.
Winter air.
Okay. By the door. Come on.
Shit. Where are you? Right here. Open the door.
Quick, get in. Oh God, what did I just do?
You took control of your destiny. Own it. How old is Brown?
38.
Oh, wow. Graduated really young.
Youngest officer to ever join the DCPD.
He's only 38.
If Eddie catches us in here,
Jesus.
There's no turning back now.
I can't believe he's only 38.
personnel files, department budgets.
Like, that
zero case
seems
files.
way too young.
Looks like this is where Brown keeps all his personal mail. Looks like he's working with the Office of Child Services on the case.
None of our business.
Why is Brown on a first-name basis with the director of Fireweed? Oh,
What'd you find?
it's an invoice. Eddie Brown, you'll find enclosed the final invoice for resident Tyler Ronan. The Fireweed administration would like to thank you for all of the support you've given us over the years.
I knew Eddie pulled some strings to send you there, but that's a lot of money.
More backdoors and secret moves.
Maybe he didn't want to make you uncomfortable.
Well, now I feel like I'm in his debt. You applied to a summer drama program back in 2009?
I did, but they rejected me. Michael and I were supposed to go together. He went, but I was stuck here for the summer with no one but Justin Beaver for company. Why?
Well, this letter says you got in.
What the hell? So he just turned it down?
I'm sorry, Allison.
Shouldn't be surprised he's lied to me in the past.
Yeah, but like, I'm the one snooping. And I kind of need to know everything, like... Okay, I worked at IT for the hospital I work at now for like 2 months before I had to go to a new department because of these kinds of reasons. I like knowing things. Like, once I get into a rabbit hole, I have to go all the way down it. That's one of the reasons I got so good at doxing pedophiles whenever I was a teenager, because like...
Are you sure
Yeah.
you checked all the emails?
I don't know. Reasons, things, I don't know, like, that's some...
You finding anything? Brown really wants everyone to know what a fine, upstanding citizen he is, doesn't he?
He's a genuinely good person. Saying that here makes me feel even worse.
The police chief of Delos Crossing hosts charity events?
Huh? Oh, yeah. The community social. He volunteered to help. And since he pretty much knows everyone, and more importantly, who's called the cops on who, he's in charge of the seating chart.
Huh. Hey, you.
Dragon.
Though we are destined to burn, we emerge as stardust.
Is that?
Carl
Oh
Sagan.
no.
Oh, yes.
Burn it. Burn it with fire.
What is
Though we are destined to burn, we emerge as stardust.
Is that? Oh no.
Huh. The Delos Police Force is getting a new officer. This guy has a record. And not a short one. Why is he even in the running?
Shh. Eddie has a really hard time hiring people out here. I don't think he has a choice.
There's always a choice.
Jesus. Yeah. supervised construction of
Are you
saber
sure you
pits.
checked all the emails?
I love that. I mean, it might be easier to keep an eye on him, but like, he's gonna do other stuff. Like, if it was non-violent offenses, then sure. Like, I'm all for hiring, convicts and ex-convicts and stuff like that, but like, some of those things seem not quite the same as the other, like the armed robbery. Yeah. I love that.
Huh. Tom invited Eddie over for dinner?
Oh, yeah. He's been trying way too hard to get Eddie's endorsement.
Does he? Support Tom?
He preferred staying neutral.
Right, exactly. Don't give a gun to the guy that did armed robbery, like, yeah.
Whoa. Brown looked at our file this morning.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
I don't know. But there's a reference number. R68653.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. R68653.
One of his emails mentioned the archives. That's gotta be where our file is. Aw, look at you. Allison Ronan. Perfect daughter.
Can we stay focused, please?
Aw, thank you, Raven. I really appreciate that. You're lovely. But no, I got it written down on a letter. Or envelope. I know the difference. I'm not that blonde. I am definitely that blonde. What is it asking me to read? What happens if I just go down the stairs?
Please tell me you know what the code is.
To the highly confidential police archive?
Then, how am I supposed to open the door?
I spent hours playing next to this room. I'd see people go inside all the time. The keypad does this little tune. Dum-da-dee-doo.
Seriously?
Go on, try.
Okay, I know it's gotta use 4610.
I don't think that's the right order.
How did that tune go again?
Dum-da-dee-doo.
I'm sorry. I don't think I got that.
Dum-da-dee. Oh, shut up.
You never told me you had perfect pitch.
Shut up.
Dum-da-dee-doo. That's a do. Dum. Okay. So 6, 0, 4.
Gee, only 24 different possibilities.
Third time's the charm. Maya is losing her mind.
Yes. Looks like they're finally going digital.
Oh, that's right. I remember Eddie complaining about this. They're gonna have to resort everything.
Great.
They've digitized their closed files, but only the ones before 1990.
Meaning?
Meaning our file is still somewhere in those
I don't know.
boxes.
Perfect. A room of scattered case files and a half-done sorting system.
Right? I
Yep.
did notice
This is
there was
gonna
a
be so
sign
fun for
outside the
you.
door.
I'm gonna go keep a lookout.
What? Why do I have to be the one stuck with box duty?
Because if anyone sees me, I'll have a better excuse for being there. Reach out if you need anything.
So there's the camera.
R68653. Look it up.
Look it up, she says. Okay.
So there's 2 cameras that I see. This was not thought through well. Oh well.
Nope.
Wait, what was R6?
Not this one either.
That says
Where's
05
the
through
damn box?
R6.
Well,
What was that reference number again? 05 R68 653.
Yeah, I have the number. I just figured their sorting would be better.
No, that's not it.
Because shouldn't this box here, because it's 05 through R6, so shouldn't this be it? And it looks like it would be, like R6, 8. Oh, that's R66, doi. I am so smart. R62. A.
Here we go.
But see, I'm not even worried about someone watching the cameras 24/7 so much as I'm afraid of like
step-by-step
someone
record of the
seeing it
investigation.
in the future.
well,
So far, I'm not seeing anything we didn't know already. It does reference some other files and audio recordings, though.
you might be able to look those up on the computer. Even if our file hasn't been digitized yet, they may already have it in the appendix.
He was charged with homicide. Oh, that's a mood. I don't really see anything in here that I need. Fail. did reference other files, though.
There might be other references on the computer.
Oh, okay.
Alright, I'm in. You can search by keywords. What should I look for?
I don't know. Mary Ann Ronan, March 1st, 2005?
That's gonna be R62766.
References 05 R62 766. I have her autopsy report.
Okay.
She... God,
What is it?
she drowned. Stab wound was non-fatal.
What?
Wait a minute.
Delos Crossing Police Department.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
It's my mom. She fell in the water and she's not coming up.
Okay, where are you now?
Home. We're home.
Are you alone? Where's your dad?
It's just me and my sister.
All right, honey, can you give me your address?
12 Cannery Road. Please, hurry.
Just stay right where you are, okay? We're sending someone out to help you.
Don't hang up.
Delos Crossing Police Department.
Hello?
Here. Bingo.
This is fishy as crap, by the way. That's why I was writing down things from her autopsy report. I'm not gonna say anything about it yet. But this is fishy. And sometimes it's good to work medical and understand what what certain things mean.
Okay, I need to check out 0501 COM EBR. There. What the hell? Brown reported Marianne to Child Services.
What do you mean?
I'm looking at a fax receipt with Brown's name on it. Sent to the Office of Child Services. With the subject, Ronan family.
What? There has to be more to this. Just keep looking. Shit. Eddie's coming up the stairs. What do I do? What do I do?
Stall him.
No shit, Sherlock.
Say I went for a smoke. Got something.
This is Officer Eddie Brown.
Hello, Officer Brown. This is Simone Prue from the Office of Child Services.
Hello, Mrs. Prue.
I'm calling about the Ronan family. I just wanted to let you know that we will be moving forward with the case.
I see.
Is there anyone additional we should interview while we're in the area?
Yeah, Samuel Kansky is a close friend of the family.
Uh-huh. K-A-N-S...
K-Y.
Great. Your caseworker, Sandy Black, will be arriving on March 5th. She'll drop by the station first thing in the morning.
Mrs. Prue, how worried should we be?
I really can't say until I have a full picture of the situation.
Of course. Well, have a good afternoon, Mrs. Prue.
You too, sir.
I just listened to Brown chatting with OCS. He really did it. He reported her.
What if he was just a go-between? He might not have had a choice. We need to keep digging.
That's a DUI. Okay. So, 296. It has less priority, so I'm gonna go to the label. 201, okay, I need to find the second
Reference
first.
is 2014-203-411. Okay, here it is. Nothing helpful.
Well, ex-husband. Okay, so that one's not it. So I'm gonna look up 2014-201.
There might be other references on the computer.
No? Okay, I guess I'm not doing that one. No, wait. Okay, not that one.
Here. Bingo. Okay, I need to check out 2005-201-546. Here we go. Wait, what the hell? That's an accused her of child neglect.
No, Marianne shoplifted from Tessa.
Tessa's name came up. Search for her?
I feel so powerful with a pen. Sorry, that is just super dramatic, just me clicking something. Okay. Let's see. 05-468. Same thing. Okay.
Reference is 05-R68 MISC. Nope.
Oh, R68.
There. Huh. Why is that here?
It's Allison.
I need to get moving.
Allison was in the medical.
Shit. I'm sorry, Tyler. I couldn't stop him. He's coming your way.
Get out.
Uncle, we didn't mean to.
I'm not gonna repeat myself.
You're a goddamn hypocrite.
I said move it.
Hey! Get off me!
Rather spend the night here? Come on!
I said don't fucking touch me!
Go on. And consider yourselves lucky you're family.
You're right. Family. And for Allison's sake, we should talk.
About what?
We saw our file. We know about social services. Why? Why did you turn your back on her? Why did Tessa?
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We need to talk.
It's always better to make friends than enemies. And if not friends, at least allies. Sometimes that can come.
The
from
winter
just
before
showing
your
a little
mother's
bit of
death
patience.
was hard. Delos Crossing was snowed in for months. Most roads were closed and plane supplies were scarce. Everyone was struggling.
Especially Marianne.
Yeah. She was always just scraping by. And that winter left nothing to scrape up. Even if locals had found time to help her. I'm not sure your mother would have accepted.
So, she was struggling through the snowstorm of the century, and you reported her to social services?
Tessa came to me and reported potential child neglect. As a sworn officer, I am required by federal law to report the allegation to OCS.
So you took her word for it and called child services?
Failure to provide adequate food, lack of appropriate supervision, inattention to a child's psychological care. Like it or not, she had a case.
What?
Yeah.
It's bullshit!
Just following the law, then. Right.
Is that why you came over that day? The day she died? To warn her about social services?
She loved you two so damn much. She deserved a chance. I didn't see it coming. I don't know. Right there, she must have decided it was over.
I thought always telling each other the truth was our #1 rule.
Still is, little moose.
And yet you still lied.
I didn't want you two putting yourselves through unnecessary hurt. But you're adults and that was your choice to make. I'm truly sorry.
Thank you, Uncle.
Just like that, huh? Must be nice to have a daughter who lets you off the hook that easy. Eddie, you keep trying to point your finger at Tessa, but you have to take responsibility for your part in our mother's death.
I've asked myself over and over for the past 10 years what I could have done different. I know I made a big mistake with you two here. And you've got every right to be angry. Being a father, well, it's a pretty tough job. I've tried my best. And I'd like to try my best with you too, Tyler, if you want it.
So something that makes this hard is after I finish this playthrough, I'm gonna have to do a whole video where I actually like tell y'all about some of my past, because like I know I've talked about it on the server about like some of the stuff I've been through. Like, yeah, totally. You know, like here's a couple things I've been through. You can totally, you know, take my advice on this. Here's how it's gonna work. Because like I've been in the system, I've been through a ton of stuff. And like I never got a childhood. I didn't. That just didn't happen. It wasn't for me. And something about this game is I see a lot of myself in Tyler. Aside from the fact that he and I, well, I share. My dead name is the name that he picked. And every choice I get, I want to pick both. Because I remember wanting to yell. I remember breaking a wall. I remember breaking windows and stealing and doing so much stupid stuff. All because I had so much anger. And there is an override choice. It's gonna hurt no matter what. And there's only the choice that leads you forward. The choice that can lead you to a happier tomorrow, even if today is full of pain. And even though he's a video game character, it's hard seeing him go through that.
I'm open to getting there. But it's gonna take some time before we're a big, happy family.
I respect that. It's hard work rebuilding trust. But you've got a place here whenever you need it. Group hug?
No.
Don't push your luck, dude. Jesus.
Alright, I'm really gonna have to kick you out now.
No rest for the wicked, huh?
Oh yeah. Them as wicked as it gets. I'll see you both later.
Oh, wanna go through the fire alarm? No? Okay.
Well, that went better than I was afraid it would.
What happened up there?
Long story.
Hey, you know the drill. Chin up.
Yeah. Chin up, stand tall.
Atta girl. I could use a beer.
It's noon.
Which means that by the time I drink one, it'll be afternoon. I can't be expected to enjoy my pulled pork sandwich without a cold one. Are we still on for lunch tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. I'll text you.
I can kind of see now why, one, so many people wanted me to play this game, and two, why so many people who knew me closely and knew what I've been through were really, really wanting me to play this game.
Allison,
What?
you feel like shit.
How can you tell?
Because I feel like shit. What are we gonna do about Tessa?
Nothing. Look, we're not gonna do anything. That's enough, Tyler. Talk to Tessa? Why? What are you looking for? What are you expecting her to say?
I thought she loved us.
Really?
Chief Brown, is it true? Is she... Oh my God. Children,
Tessa. Tessa, you need to leave. Come on, kids.
Everything is going to be all right, okay? You're going to be okay, I promise.
Go home. You can't be here right now.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Where is everybody?
Tessa's gotta be around somewhere.
I think I'm hearing something.
Well, at least we know the entire world didn't vanish. But given who is here, we can't count out the rapture quite yet.
Oh god.
I need to take a breather.
Is that a
I'm gonna
preacher?
do a bit of shopping. You look for Tessa, okay?
I bet it's a preacher.
On it.
Well, let's go get this out of the way.
Just as I was finishing up, what do I see? A big old bull moose staring me down.
Hey guys, I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all.
Oh, hey! Tyler, from the boat, right?
Huh. We keep bumping into each other, don't we? What were you guys talking about?
I don't think you'd be interested.
Okay.
You two just can't stay away, huh?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry, just
We're
the way
looking
he
for
just
Tessa
like
again.
She took off about half an
projected
hour
in
ago.
front of him like,
Sorry.
"Oh, screw you then. I am the one talking to Michael now."
Do you know if she'll be back soon?
I don't know if she's even coming back. No one tells me anything.
Oh.
How about Tom? He busy?
He's been in the office all morning, so who knows? But it's Tom, so it's probably safe to interrupt him.
Doing some shopping?
Just looking for the woman who runs the place.
The shopkeeper's wife? Can't say I've seen her around.
Have a nice day, sir.
That was so overly respectful.
Come in. What do you mean? We've got enough signatures. It should have at least been enough to stall construction while we figure out our next move. Well, why don't we schedule a meeting with the Alaska Wildlife Foundation? Try to get their support. Look, Harold, I have to go. We can pick this up at the meeting. I should be on my way over soon. Hello, Tyler. Can I help you?
What do you mean? He shows respect to everyone who didn't take care of him.
Hey, I hope this isn't a bad time, but is Tessa around today?
She had to step out for a family matter. This wouldn't be something I could help with, would it?
Yeah, maybe, actually. We were over at the police station and we took a look at Marianne's case file.
Okay.
Why did Tessa come to the police station that night?
She was looking for you two. To make sure you were okay. When she heard what happened, she was a mess.
How exactly did she hear about it so fast?
Can't remember who called,
That's
but
fair.
you know how it is. No news travels faster than a secret. Everyone knew 5 minutes after Brown was on his way out.
I don't think it's so much because Sam, Eddie, and Marianne, they had all also been, like, these are people that were in his life before everything happened. He had preconceived notions about them, and Sam didn't start on the best foot. Eddie, he already had trauma with, and then Marianne, iffy. And, like, I get it. Like, I remember seeing someone from my past once, and, like, I was at a Walmart, and, like, it was the only time I had gone to a Walmart not in the city, and that was closer to my hometown, and I went there to do some shopping, and I saw this person that I knew whenever I was a child, back before, you know, stuff happened. And, like, I left everything in the store. I, like, ran out to my car. I peeled out of there to a bat out of hell. Like, I didn't care if I wrecked my car. I didn't care if I got pulled over. I just could not be around them. Even though, like, even whenever they knew me, they were totally fine. They were a good person. They had done nothing wrong to me. It's just, I don't know. I can't. Yeah.
Tessa reported Marianne to social services. Did you know?
Vaguely. But I didn't get involved. I didn't think I really had anything to add.
You never thought to mention it?
Well, now, I'm not sure how a thing like that would have come up. And I didn't want to rub salt in any wounds.
Huh. How about when we were in the store yesterday asking about it point blank?
That was between you and Tessa. I try to stay out of other people's affairs.
Even your own wife's? Hey, Raven, I am not upset with you at all. I love you. I was just letting you know that, like, I kind of understand where he's coming from.
Okay. Thank you.
Look, I'm sorry if you felt resistance from people around here.
To put it mildly.
Allison, you know this better than anybody. But your mother's death left a scar on this community. Now, I won't claim we went through anything close to what you did, but it was a cruel reminder of the limits of trust.
Well, if we want to get past the limits of trust, we all need to face what happened, which means being completely honest about it.
We all want to find peace, kids. It's just harder for some people to talk about the past. Now, you let me know if you have any other questions, okay?
Hey,
Yes?
you said I should remind you not to be late for your meeting, so don't be late.
Yep. I'll be on my way in a minute. So, kids, was there anything else you two wanted to talk to me about?
Did you ever hear any rumors about our mother? Like, who our father might have been?
It was Eddie, I'm sure.
Not exactly a rumor monger. Your mother was close to a few men, but whether they were your father, I couldn't say. But look, oh, gosh. I'm sorry. I really have to go. Michael, could you finish up the storage room and then just close up?
Yeah, sure thing, boss man.
See you later.
You two want to help a brother out, spend the afternoon here working for free?
Why not?
Sure.
We came here to talk to Tessa, and she's not here.
She's at the cemetery, visiting her parents.
Oh.
Hey, tell you what. Why don't you guys help me close the store, and then we can drive over together? I've been meaning to pay my uncle a visit.
Can't we just wait for her to come back here?
I think we
I'm
should.
not really excited about going there.
Allison, we don't have to visit her grave.
I'm gonna start working in the storage room. Tyler, join me when you're done.
Sure thing. Just give me a sec.
I don't think they should go to the cemetery, not while she's mourning her own mom.
Where'd
I
that
think
question
that's
about
a
our father
step
come
too
from?
far.
I've just been thinking about who he might be. And if he knows anything that could help us figure this shit out.
Why? He wasn't a part of our lives. Besides, Marianne always said we never had a father.
Well, her name might have been Mary.
Oh, rip.
Alright, I already counted there, but I just need you to double check a few things. It's not complicated.
I've got this in the bag.
Oh yeah? Because you're just that good, huh?
I'm clowning. I don't
Your
even know where to
job's
begin.
not that hard?
What do I do?
Bro,
Yeah, let's start with an
that
easy
should
one.
not be
alright?
an option.
Go to the
What
back of the room
heck?
and tell me how many cans of Molto Bene brand tomato sauce we have left.
Aye, aye.
God, Michael was looking at him like this is a massive test. Like, you better not mess this up, Tyler.
Why are you laughing?
I was just remembering the time Allison and I opened up a bag of flour and threw it at each other's faces. We called it a summer snow fight. We made a gigantic mess. Marianne was pissed.
P-boy gonna be a rude boy. Count those cans correctly, tomato boy.
We could use some of that at the house. Why am I standing here looking at this? Maybe I should pick up some for Allison?
Because I hear that a lot of trans people, not just trans men, but trans people in general really regret not being able to have kids. And yeah, I miss raising kids.
I wonder what's in that box.
I've always wanted to be a mom.
No, that's not it.
Mostly I just want to have some kids, and I want to see them succeed no matter what they do. And I want to be there to help them get over every mistake that I did make and every mistake that I would have made.
Why am I standing here looking at this?
I want to see them become unique and go a lot further than I ever could. Who knows, maybe one of them can become the president.
Hold on. Let me count this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 14.
There's 14 cans of Molto Bene tomato sauce.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Man, I'm so good at this.
That was easy. I need you to count the bottles of bleach for me.
And where
You're
are
okay,
they at
Raven.
exactly?
I thought you had this in the bag. Okay. I'll give you a hint. Tessa puts the heavy stuff near the door on the bottom shelves.
Alright, I think I can work with that.
Oh, this door. Six.
6?
Alright. Not bad, Tyler. Not bad.
Careful. They might give me your job.
Oh, you can have it.
What's next?
Come here and help me with this.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
I need your opinion on this masterpiece.
Is that supposed to be me?
Yeah, come on. Look at the hair. Nailed it, right?
Honestly, it's beautiful.
Hey, don't make fun of me.
I'm not. Well, maybe a little bit, but I like it. For real.
Well,
I just want to tell y'all, so it is kind of a sad story because the first person who made me art was Anthony, which, for those of you who don't know, that was my first real boyfriend. and he and I, it didn't really end well. But like, what made me really notice him was, it was right after I had started doing Twitch and YouTube, and he joined the Tran, and he was like, hey, I just want you to know that you kind of helped a bit. Here's a drawing I did for you. And it was this really nice piece of fan art. And it made me cry, and that was the first thing I added to my picture. And now anytime anyone makes me any kind of art, no matter how good it looks, which it always looks amazing, even if it's a stick figure. Like, I've had a couple people write really weird little poems for me that was like, hey, thank you for being my internet mom. Hey, thank you for being there. And I have this folder on my computer just dedicated to all of that. Every time anyone sends me anything like that, I save it to that folder, and sometimes I'll just open it up and look at it. And it's really nice. It reminds me that I'm helping people.
It helps to have a good model.
So, this is what you're up to while I was out there doing your work?
What can I say? I'm a multitasker.
Hey, multitasker? I think you made a mistake here. Total amount should be 36.
Oh, how dare you, sir?
What? I just don't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I'm off my game today.
Alright, anything else you wanted me to check?
Yep, one last thing, and then we should be free from this purgatory.
Hit me.
Can you count how many plushies we have in that box over there?
Okay.
Plushies. Oh wow, I
So...
walked right up to it. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You've got about 11 left in that box. Did I get it wrong? Michael? Ouch, what the fuck?
Hey, sorry. It was just too tempting. Lesson number 1 in the ancient art of inventory. Never let your guard down.
You have no idea what you just started.
See...
First one with 3 confirmed hits wins. Cool?
This is boys being boys.
Gotcha. Gotcha. One more hit and you're out. Prepare to feel my wrath.
God, you're corny. Oh, come on. Is that all you got, Ronan?
Just you wait. I've got a strategy.
Oh, yeah? We'll see.
Wrong way, bro. Oh, what? I can't. Oh,
So, is this
fail.
a typical workday for you?
Nah, I usually don't have such good-looking company back here.
Oh, so I'm good-looking company, huh?
Yeah, well, don't let it get to your head. I'm still destroying you.
I ship it.
Boom.
Oh, man, you're good.
I told you not to doubt the golden arm.
Well, we'll never make that
Yep,
mistake
boys
again.
being boys.
Okay. I'll need to finish this inventory thing real quick. Your sister's probably done already. Here, let's hit the bitch's grotto.
The what?
Fancy name for the couch where Allison and I sit during breaks.
Ah, alright, cool. Let me see what you've done with the place.
I see a thing. Heck yeah. Love it.
Is that the mangy muskrat?
And of course, there's a Bible study. Freaking thing.
Is that a picture of a priest with little hearts?
Yeah. That's the hot priest who hosts Bible study with Tessa.
Ah.
For the record, that was Allison's doing. She had a crush on him for ages. But he is very, very hot.
Shit, yeah. I remember him from when we were kids. That's Father Batista.
Yeah, he's got that silver fox thing going on now, see?
Yeah, yep, I see it.
Right? He's just like, this is mine.
Oh, hey, see that container? That's for you.
Huh?
It's the trout I caught yesterday at the buzzard hole. Grilled it up with my world-renowned marinade.
Hey.
That's actually super thoughtful. Thank you.
You sound surprised.
No, sorry. I'm just not used to people randomly doing nice things for me.
That's a
We'll have
mood.
to fix that.
Ah, bro, the way he said that. Oh my god, that was... Dude. Oh my god. Oh, Michael, Jesus. Oh, why'd you have to say it like that, my dude? We'll have to fix that, huh?
Is this Chief Brown?
Yeah,
Are you guys related, or...?
nah, but same clan.
What?
Which clan?
Octopus clan. Raven Moiety.
Huh.
What?
Badass. So, you close with everybody in the clan?
Yeah, we're pretty tight-knit. I mean, we're all kind of spread out, so I don't know everyone that well, but they're still family. I was really close to my Uncle William until he passed. He's the one whose grave I want to visit.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
And I'm done.
Is this Chief Brown? So what's your take on him?
He's a pretty alright guy, all things considered.
All things
That's what I'm
considered?
trying to figure out,
Like,
too.
with him being a cop and all. I mean, it's good to see someone from the clan getting shit done. And he really cares about the community. We need someone like him on top. I gotta tell you, it's so weird to finally meet the other Ronin.
You mean the OG Ronin? I was born first, you know.
Is that so? I thought Allison said she was.
Well, our mother never actually told us, but it was me. So, why is it so weird to meet me?
Because I just heard Allison tell your story so many times. She told me everything about you. Fireweed, your transition. I hope that's okay, by the way.
Yeah, it's fine. She asked me first.
Yeah, figures. That lady is thorough and she loves you like crazy.
I know. So, yeah, you were probably the first person to know about it other than Allison.
I'm glad he trusted me. And it's great to finally get to know you in the flesh. You're pretty alright.
But you're not too bad yourself.
I try not to be. Especially around guys I'm trying to impress. So I wasn't blowing smoke when I said you should move to Juneau with us.
I know.
I've got a community there. Could be yours too.
Bro,
Fitting
he
in.
just
There's
flirted
a
with
concept.
you. Hardcore.
You have no idea how life-saving a chosen family can be.
Yo,
It pulled me out of the dark more times than I can count.
I hear you.
that's a mood. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Of course. Shoot.
Why do you care so much if I move to Juneau?
Look, like I said, I want to get to know you.
Because I'm just that fascinating, huh?
Honestly, yeah. I think you might be one of a kind, Tyler Ronan.
I want them together so bad. Oh my god. I don't know if Tyler's gay or not. I don't know his sexuality.
Well, Golly gee, Michael. I think you're swell too. You're the cat's pajamas.
Shut up. I've got way better compliments than that. But I can't open with my best, right?
It's cool. So,
Oh my god.
I'll get more of those if I get to know you better.
For sure. If that's something you'd be interested in.
I might be. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I've been standing at that counter for an hour waiting for you two dum-dums to come back. Are you guys ready to go?
Mm-hmm. I think we've done about as much damage as we can back here.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. Ladies, gents, and non-binary badasses of the jury, I think I'm gonna have to call it here due to the time. It is almost time for me to take my antibiotic and my feminem. I just want you all to know that I love each and every one of you. And y'all are amazing. And I really do mean it whenever I say that I'm proud of y'all. Like, I don't just say that to blow smoke. Like, yeah, the next one will be Monday. I didn't expect any of this whenever I started the server. You know, I thought it would be a cool place for some random trans people to hang out, and it would just be chill. And, you know, things would go forth from there. Just nothing serious, nothing big. I wouldn't have any of that, you know. Yeah. And it was born really out of a place of me being really alone and dysphoric one day. That's why I started doing the name and pronoun thing. That's why I started doing all the rest of it. But, you know, I've seen so many people come into the server, and I've seen so many people go because of, you know, various reasons. I already got an antibiotic out. But I just want y'all to know that I see y'all growing, and I see y'all making progress. You know, everyone is different. Everyone makes their own progress. But, you know, I see how hard it is for y'all. And of course it was hard for me too, but like, when it's you, you never realize just how much everything it is, you know? But I just want y'all to know that, like, even though I don't say a lot, I do read nearly every message that's sent in that server. And I am so freaking proud of each and every one of you. I can't be your real mom. And that fills me with incredible grief, because I would love to be. Each of you are just so amazing and special and just incredible people, and I am so excited to see where y'all go and to see how far y'all make it. I do love you all. And I am so proud of you. Okay. If you haven't eaten, make sure that you do that, and make sure that you drink. If you have any homework left over, make sure that you do that, okay? I know it's Wednesday, it's hump day, but you need to focus on getting stuff done, okay? I don't care if you go to college, it's okay to take some time off, to figure yourself out, to get some experiences like, you know, an adult and stuff like that, and even then, you don't gotta go to college, you could just, you know, do a vocational school or travel around or do your own thing, you know, as long as you're happy and as long as you're doing your best to be a good person and to live a good life, that's fine. You know, I'm gonna be proud of you no matter what. But I want you to be smart and I want you to be able to take care of yourself. And part of taking care of yourself is doing your homework and setting out time to take care of yourself. Okay, it helps you figure out how to create time for priorities and stuff. And I love you all. I'm proud of you. Okay. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful night, and make sure to go to bed on time. Okay? And y'all know who I'm talking to on this one. Make sure you go to bed on time. It helps sleeping good, having a full 8 hours and all that other stuff. It helps. It helps with HRT, it helps with everything else. It helps your mental state. Like, it's only a good thing. Please get plenty of sleep. I know it can be hard, especially with depression and anxiety and all that other stuff. But please try and take care of yourself.